time to take my car in to get a checkup. Hey, what's up YouTube world? It's Ryan from Riding in Style. And it's about that time I figure I had to get my car serviced. Those of you know I was originally in Texas for a little while. I got it serviced once up there, but that didn't go too smoothly. Basically, I was told that at the dealership, I took it to a Dodge dealership to get serviced, but while it was being serviced, I guess the person didn't seal something correctly, and the oil that they put in leaked. Like the car just leaked oil because it wasn't sealed properly. And so now that caused me concern with the whole, what kind of oil spillage and leakage and damage. And that probably explains why sometimes I smell almost like a burnt oil smell coming from the engine. And I don't like that smell. Nobody does. So I'm thinking, to be safe, err on the side of caution, I am taking my car in today to get serviced. And my car was showroom ready. I try to keep it that way. I keep it in a garage. But today it decides to pour rain. And so yes, I have my sunglasses on. But it's raining outside. In fact, take a look. Yep, there it is, pouring rain. And my car is just recently polished. So I'm going to be trying out this new polish and see how it affects the rain bubbles. So far it looks like it's pretty nice, settling pretty nicely on the surface there. But anyway, I took my car into a different place that I take my other cars to get serviced. And when I went there, I didn't feel good initially about bringing my car in. I had called ahead of time. I wanted to know if they're able to service a Hellcat. And they're like, yeah, sure, bring it in. I was under the impression they do this all the time. So I take my car in there, one of my days off from work. And right away, the guy comes up to me and he goes, is this a Hellcat? I'm like, yeah. He's like, oh, I've never done one of these before. And I'm like, not good. So long story short, he asks me what kind of oil does my car use? And I said, well, I think it's 0x40, but I'd have to double check the owner's manual. So sure enough, it uses a full synthetic 0.40 grade, and they don't carry that. So I was not able to get my car serviced, which was kind of a good thing because I didn't get a good vibe from the service tech from the beginning. So this is kind of how the experience went at this other service place. I'm not going to mention any names, but the two workers are talking to each other, and I hear them saying, no, this is a Hellcat. They popped the hood, they're looking at the engine, and they're like, oh, it's already supercharged. And it's like they're seeing this engine for the first time. And personally, I didn't feel good about that. I didn't want to have my car serviced by those that haven't done it before. And I'd rather it be serviced by someone who knows what they're doing, maybe has an appreciation for the type of engine it is, and those that might take a little extra care. I wasn't getting that vibe initially and throughout this experience. The funny thing was, I hear, phone's always ringing when trying to post a video. But the funny thing was, I hear the one worker go to his phone and he's like, hey Siri, how much does a Hellcat cost? And now they're tossing around this number of what it costs. Of course, I didn't pay that much, most of you know. But I was like, that's interesting. They're actually like intrigued by this car, which is cool. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. The next question I hear him ask is, hey Siri, what kind of oil does a Hellcat use? And I was like, oh no, that's it. I mean, if you got to go to Siri to figure out how to service my car, forget it. I'm just going to go to the dealership. And I've been trying to avoid the dealership only because, they always try to tack on additional things and weasel you in for more cost. And you go there for an oil change, and next thing you know, they're saying your tires are bad and you need new brake calipers. And no, I don't need that. They try to charge you $40 for a cabin air filter that you can get for $10 and do it yourself. It's in your glove box, by the way. So anyway, for you Hellcat owners, just so you know, that the Hellcat uses 7 quarts of 0x40 grade oil. So if you're trying to change your own oil, I know it's kind of a pain for Hellcats. There's like a protective plate under the engine to protect all the components. That's, from what I understand, is kind of a pain to get to. And I did see it, but the car is lowered, so it's hard for me to actually get under there. So it's almost impossible unless I bought like a lift or something. That's why I'm actually taking it in. But yeah, so today I'm taking my car into the dealership. I just want to get that peace of mind service. I want to make sure that there is no like excessive oil spillage or, you know, whatever. And also it's about that time to get the tires rotated. So, you know, just taking preventative maintenance. And it does get expensive for those of you considering a Hellcat. Like I said, it uses that premium grade oil that most places don't even carry. Like they actually have to special order just the oil. So, but for the time being, I'm loving this car. It's my dream car, guys, you know, and it's actually getting to live a dream. And I believe, like I said it before, we all work hard. We go to work every day, and, you know, sometimes it's nice to have a payoff to just enjoy some of the earnings that we make and not be so like stressed about money all the time, you know. And I'm saying be smart, make smart choices. If there's any of you watching this that are like me and dream of owning a Hellcat one day, I will say that it's possible. It really is possible. Don't let anyone or anything limit you. And I'm kind of turning this into like a Hellcat motivational video, but I just want you to know that there was a time where I just thought it was so far out of reach. It was out of my league. There's no way I'll be able to buy a Hellcat. Not in this lifetime, maybe in the next one. But, you know, the point is, I would also recommend not buying a new one, because you're going to pay that dealership, you know, premium, that markup, and it's not worth it. I mean, if you can wait a couple of years, those of you who know my story, I didn't want to get a 15 or a 16 because they all had issues with the supercharger, the bearings. They were bad. And it wasn't until the second half of 2016 they finally went through another company to manufacture the superchargers. But when you buy a 2016, you don't know if you're getting a first half or a second half. So I didn't take any chances. I just got a 2017. That way I know it's, you know, updated. So I'm going to be going to the dealership now. If there's anything worth taping, I'll just maybe tag it onto this video. If there's any interesting cars on the lot, or, you know, if there's an interesting experience to be had, you know, this is a real vlog style video that we make it up as we go, so to speak. So if not, I will pause it here and see what happens next.